All you need to know about today's show is that it's very special. Well, I guess you also need to know that it's our Ubi Day special. Stick around and find out what that means after this. Older viewers may remember that Shadowrun was originally a pen and paper style role-playing game. Yes, we mean the sort you play with funny shaped dice and a personal hygiene problem. There's nothing RPG about its latest incarnation. Much to the annoyance of its hardcore fans, this is now a purely multiplayer, online-only FPS for the Xbox 360 and the PC. And it's had a shower. You don't even get a campaign mode. What you get instead is a set of maps, a choice of races, and some of the most interesting gadgets and magic abilities we've seen in this type of game. Oh, and it's the first game that allows 360 gamers and their Windows Vista counterparts to play with each other. Maybe we'll finally see if mouse and keyboard control really does give such an advantage. Let's start with the humans. They're your all-rounders and don't have any particularly fancy abilities, but they're good at using technology. Then there are the trolls. These big lumps are slow but strong and have a nifty hide that hardens into spikes when bullets hit. Good for defence then. Dwarves can suck the magical essence from other players and their extra thick skulls can withstand headshots. Lastly, we have the elves. They're more nimble than the other races but also more vulnerable. Their ability to regenerate when they're away from combat makes them the ideal choice for hit-and-run tactics. Most game types follow the capture the flag model, only this time the flag's an ancient artefact. Doing well earns you cash bonuses, which you use to buy weapons, technology or magical abilities at the start of each round, a bit like a mystical Counter-Strike. Along with your standard arsenal of shotguns, SMGs and sniper rifles, there's a katana blade that switches your character into third-person view when equipped. If you sneak up on an enemy with this sword, they won't stand a chance. Magic and tech items are where this game really stands apart from the FPS crowd though. Buy the right gear and you can glide around on bat-like wings, teleport through walls, ceilings or floors, plant life-restoring trees, resurrect fallen teammates, see enemies through the wall, summon fierce minions, and much more besides. Discovering how to best use these abilities is really enjoyable. There are very few genuinely new ideas in the first-person shooter genre, and all too often you're left with that familiar been there, done that feeling. Then along comes Shadowrun, practically out of nowhere with loads of fresh ideas. Some sort of campaign or story mode would have been nice, but if frantic, Unreal Tournament style blasting gets you going, this will too. 4 out of 5. Oh, you poor, poor souls. You didn't get to go to Ubisoft's recent Gamers Day, did you?
To be a good commander, you must love your soldiers.
Tonight we're going to tease you a little bit longer.
Yes, the company behind Ghost Recon and Rayman Raving Rabbids invited a select few, like me, along to Gay Paris to witness the awe and shock of their 2007 game roster.
Today we'll show you our lineup.
So, just what have the French gaming geniuses got in store for us? Yes, the Mad Rabbits are returning to once more haunt Wii owners. Let's hope there's nothing as difficult as that damn toilet door shooting mini-game in the original.
I saw Kate on the subway near school with her horse.
With the first Rabbits having performed well and Nintendo continuing to attract a new audience to gaming, it was no surprise to hear Ubi announce that they too will be launching a new line aimed at the casual gamer. Mainly DS and Wii games to begin with, these will be games like My Word Coach, aimed at girls and other people you don't allow into your bedroom. Wow. We like the look of Jam Sessions, a DS game that has flair. Ubi will be sticking with film licenses. As well as the forthcoming epic Beowulf, they'll be responsible for the game of the sickeningly happy Penguin Goes Surfing Odyssey Surf's Up. But it was the AAA titles for big boys that got me to risk exposure to the dirty toilets of France. Assassin's Creed. Haze. The next instalment of Splinter Cell. A new Clancy-based future war RTS. Not surprisingly, I was well happy.
Hi, I'm Dave Doak from Free Radical, and we're here in Paris at the Ubi Day, and we're going to be showing our new game, Haze, first-person shooter leading on PlayStation 3.
The scenario. The government has handed over control of the military to Mantle, a private organisation. They've got the best technology, and you've joined up and been packed off to South America to fight those nasty rebels. And the most important part of your arsenal? That drug nectar. It makes you a freaking Superman.
So at the moment, no one's dosed up on nectar, all under player control. Each of these guys can take nectar as and when they need it. And when that happens, you'll see the nectar bar fills, and you'll see some effects coming into play. So John Maxime's dosed up, so now the rebel suddenly becomes visible. So it gives you this perception. So you're fighting in the jungle, these guys are quite well camouflaged. Nectar helps you to see them. If you juiced up a nectar, you can know when grenades are going to come off. If a rebel is going to attack you or something, the guy's coming up to melee you or shooting at you, you get a warning. So it keeps you aware of what's going on. So the guys have just crested this hill, so Mantle are sending in an airstrike now on the rebel forces down below in the valley. This is a big thing about this war that you're in, is it's a very asymmetric war. Mantle have all the best gear. They've got the best weapons, the best air support, the best armor, and of course nectar as well to keep them going. So some rebels are going to be flushed out. Some guys being flushed out who are actually on fire there, and now they're going to go for it. Also here with the zoom in, if you're on nectar, it makes your aim more steady, gives you a focus on what you're aiming at.
Multiplayer is going to be a big part of Haze. There's 4-player co-op, and you can choose to play either as a Mantle trooper using nectar or as a naughty rebel who doesn't. You may think, why choose to be a wimpy rebel? Surely you're doomed to be overpowered. Maybe not. If you screw around with the trooper's nectar administrator, you can send him into overdose where he wipes out his own men.
These administrators on the back, if you take a hit to that, it goes, and the guy goes straight into overdose. So you can do it by sniping at people, you can melee people on the back to do it. A cool thing the rebels can do is a fallen trooper. The rebels can come over and rip off the administrator and have it like taped to a grenade. So they now have what effectively is a nectar grenade. So when they throw that, it goes off and there's an area of effect, and troopers inside the area of effect can overdose.
Haze's story is of the things maybe ain't quite as simple as they first appear type, particularly concerning the benefits of nectar.
So the troopers are in this big industrial copper smelting facility. Everything's going great for them, and then a Mantle dropship gets shot down. So it's quite a traumatic event. And this happens.
Yep, your nectar is disrupted and everything goes hazy. What's the title again? And all of a sudden, things look bleaker than they used to. Notice how the corpses now stay on the floor and the horrible blood is there too. Seems the nectar may have been sanitised in war.
But my nectar's come back online now, and the world cleans itself up.
I do like how they are just a bit demented, and it was good in the event randomly showing a few clips.
It wasn't random. The sneaky rabbits took control of the presentation in protest. They think they're not raving anymore. I'm not convinced. Have they turned over a new leaf? Let's ask a French friend of ours.
Hi everybody, I'm Xavier Prime, the studio director of Ubisoft in Paris, where Rayman Raving Rabbids 2 is being developed.
And apparently it's full of toilet humour.
The rabbits, the white rabbits, are coming back on the Wii, and as you will see during the demo, they are more stupid than ever.
I'll take Xavier's word for it. Raving.
So this is a game with good taste. This is really simple. You just have to eat a carrot, and then you need to spit this your full mouth of carrots in a beer.
I have a 7-year-old daughter. I know she'll love it. I played a demo where one of the rabbits have to munch carrots really quickly, and then you've got to drop his spittle in a glass mug, and you have to swing the spittle.
I'll tell you what, if one of them spat in my beer, it'd be rabbit pie for dinner. Is everyone a fan of these wretched rodents?
It's just not an area I'm particularly interested in. So like I say on that one, really, to be honest with you, mate. I mean, I played the first one on the Wii, and it was like, yeah, it's all right, you know.
Moving on.
So this game is really simple as well, but very fun. Basically, you need to reproduce what you see on screen. You can break everything around you, of course. So look at the remote and do your best to keep the best rhythm that is indicated on the screen.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know who invents the ideas, but it's fun. It's a really good game.
You will see wacky, stupid mini games that you could have enjoyed in the first, but this time what is new is that every single game could be played at 4 players at the same time.
Like baseball, smack your opponents for a home run. Or in this burger stacking game, knock your friend out of the way to get your growing burger meal to the big fat rabbit. Genius. But can all this fun last?
It looks like it'll be a good laugh while it lasts.
We think the game is out of this world. Our Ruby Days special continues after the break when Jade Raymond whispers sweet nothings into my ear about Assassin's Creed. Oh, and Splinter Cell Conviction.
For diarrhea and the other symptoms that often come with it. Imodium Plus not only treats diarrhea but also relieves the associated bloating and painful cramps, leaving you free to enjoy your day. Take Imodium Plus, take control.
It stinks! Quick, quick! Oh, it's all gone! Oh no!
What's happening, darling?
It's all gone! It's all gone!
What's all gone?
Touch and Fresh has all gone. It's empty. Don't forget, refresh your refill. Glade Touch and Fresh. Glade, the welcoming scent of home.
These were taken by one of our satellites.
I've never seen anything like it.
Guys, he's here.
Your encounter with a surfer could cause you to switch powers.
Oh my, come on!
All that you know is at an end.
Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer.
This is what you get when you spend £1.19 on a special effects blockbuster. But this is what you get when you spend £1.19 on a double cheeseburger from the McDonald's Pound Saver menu.
Welcome back to our Ubi Days special. Still to come, we get our motor running and head out on Hell's Highway. But first, Ubi Days 07 saw the first showing of the latest in the Splinter Cell series. It soon became clear that in Conviction, we'll see a very different sort of Sam.
Sam Fisher is brand new. He's no longer wearing his catsuit and goggles. Looks more civilian, but still being a hero and kicking horses.
For the first time since the original creation of Splinter Cell, we're changing the core mechanics of gameplay. In Splinter Cell Conviction, now Sam turns to a fugitive, and those who used to work for are now chasing him, which is a major turnaround.
But hang on a minute, wasn't Sam on the wrong side of the law in his last outing?
In Double Agent, it was mostly a matter of choices Sam has to do because he was receiving orders from both sides.
Oh, decisions.
Now, as a fugitive, Sam has total freedom. He's not receiving orders anymore. However, he's been losing a bit of power because all the gadgets he used to receive are not given anymore. So we'll have to rebuild his inventory, has to find gadgets on the marketplace. But more importantly, Sam and the player will have to learn how to use properly his surrounding environment, which becomes his fugitive playground.
So, what will be Sam's way of getting through this sticky situation?
Your goal is to make sure that people that are looking for you, make sure that their attention is not on you but on anything else in the environment. So you're going to manipulate the environment to attract the attention of these people, of those guards, of those policemen that are looking for you, so you can sneak and make your way through the game in your own experience.
Okay, so he decides to shoot on this propane tank, making an explosion, so all the guards are running, through the area and react.
It seems that this time Sam's a lot less bothered about hiding in the shadows.
We've also integrated new ingredients like civilians and crowds, into which it makes sense for a fugitive to blend and to hide and to move, helping out to move forward.
We'll bring you more on Splinter Cell Conviction as we get it. Ah, Jade Redmond. She wowed us first at XO6.
Hi, Peter.
I don't recall getting a cheer like that when I walked on stage.
Then wowed us again at Ubi Days. We asked some visitors if they could sum her up in one word.
Nice meeting you. So, hi everyone. I'm so happy you can join us here. I see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd.
Hot.
Fitty would be my one word to describe Jade Redmond, yeah.
Dainty. Fox. She's a fox, man. She's fit.
Yes, she certainly is.
Today, we are going to tease you yet again.
Hoping you'd say that.
You're not going to get a big reveal.
Oh.
We're not going to talk about that thing that you just mentioned.
The viewers won't mind, honestly.
I can't say anything about yet.
What Jade did reveal is this.
God knows you lonely souls.
The trailer looked pretty damn impressive, but they've been keeping it pretty close to their chests at this moment.
I'm a bit disappointed that there wasn't any more hands-on experience with it, because obviously, a lot of people are very excited about it.
Yes, we're going to have to wait till E3 to get our hands on Assassin's Creed. What the trailer did show is a couple of new cities. Apparently they're 15 times the size of the demo shown at XO6. And then there was that signature move, jumping off the cliff, the leap of faith. We chose to not talk to Jade about the trailer, but instead chatted about crowds and how the Splinter Cell guys seem to have nicked the crowd idea and social stealth. The CADs.
Splinter Cell and Assassins do have the crowd in common, but really if you look at the gameplay experience and who you are, an assassin, what you're doing, where you are, the Third Crusade, the epic scale of Assassins and the focus on huge, expansive environments and full freedom, it's completely different from what you're going to see in Splinter Cell. Plus, actually, surprisingly, we're not using the same engine at all. The technology is completely different. We've built our own engine from scratch for Assassin's Creed, which is really meant to handle 150 players at one time, so massive crowds and full of, a lot of big battles and also huge environments.
Unfortunately, there were some games at Ubi Days we hardly had a chance to flirt with, like these.
General, we cannot let the Russians secure Paris, so the rest of Europe will fall. Destroy those Russian positions at any cost. Is that clear?
Affirmative.
Tom Clancy's End War is a chilling combat-based RTS set in 2020, where the Ruskies, Americans and Western Europeans squabble over the last remaining energy resources. Great, I knew we should have had electric cars. Naruto, Rise of the Ninja, is a brand new 360 game based on the successful anime series that's oh so big in Japan. And then there was Blazing Angels 2. Didn't like the first one, so stuff that.
It does seem to have some nice details, a bit more depth. Looks really tasty.
It's a first-person shooter. It is difficult, and a World War first-person shooter as well. It can be quite difficult to get really excited.
And what divisive game are they talking about? It's Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway, the 3rd edition and first next-gen entry into the squad-based World War II shooter franchise. President of developers Gearbox Software, Randy Pitchford, was at Ubi Days, and with him was consultant Colonel John Antal, who had a rather unusual way of rousing the crowd.
Are you ready? With passion. Everybody fight! Nobody quits! Always attack! Hooah! Now it's passion. Hooah!
Unsurprisingly, we decided to tie him up and interview Randy instead.
It's the game that we started working on right after we shipped Roadtail 30 in March of 2005. We started right away, so we've been working on this thing for a long time. We're actually using the Gears of War engine for Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. And we've been using it as it was in its formative years. We've had a long-time relationship with Epic Games, and we've added a lot of technology on top. Internally, you know, it's called the Unreal Engine, Unreal Engine 3. We kind of, Gearbox call our version Unreal Engine 3.5.
We asked Randy and Colonel John Nutter to take us through some features of the game that demoed both the action and the graphics.
Get a Thompson submachine gun here. Put some fire on him.
You notice how we can destroy a lot of the cover in the game. This is really important because now you can create your own flank.
I'm gonna get a grenade on this position.
Grenades are a good thing.
Ooh. Look, these guys are moving up. Bad decision. They think that wood is good cover.
Now this is really important.
Look at that. Look at this. I can shred this wood.
Yeah, I've seen it before.
That's
now,
awesome.
Randy, and he's trying to hide behind the picket fence. That's not very good. He's going to be dead here if he doesn't move.
Now, you'll notice when these guys shoot at me, the screen gets kind of blurry, starts to turn red. That means risk. Down here is safe. It's clear and crisp. That's risky, that's safe. If I dig in, it clears up.
Not so convinced about that last one, not very realistic unless you're sinking into hell, and out on the floor, opinion was still fiercely divided.
I thought it was sort of half Full Spectrum Warrior, half Call of Duty, and not really doing either very well.
The level of detail that's gone into that, the level of research, very impressive stuff, and I think the soldiers will think, think of the games very well for it.
Haze, Assassin's Creed, Splinter Cell Conviction. Let no one say that Ubisoft's Gamers Day wasn't a veritable meat feast with extra relish of gaming. But after 2 days, it was time for me to go home and ponder some of life's more important questions, like just what was the game of the show?
Assassin's Creed. It's gotta be.
It would definitely be End Wars.
New Settlers game looks absolutely wicked.
Brothers in Arms, I think looks very impressive.
The guitar thing for the Nintendo DS.
Well, that's conclusive. Thanks, guys.
We are going to tease you yet again.